So what I really want to focus on in this next video segment is really understanding transfer goals. To back us up just a little bit, we know that one of the critical curricular elements is identifying the intended learner outcomes. This whole first section of the design process is really leading to that. When we look at intended learner outcomes, there are really four concepts that make up that section of our curriculum design. We know from the last module that the video segment, really when we think about established goals, sorry, I want to get my pointer out there. When we think about the established goals, that's getting into the standards, that's getting into the transfer, the K-12 curricular framework document, those grade level emphasis documents that you were able to look at through SAS. That really is what makes up this whole left side here, this established goals section. You use that to help inform content and sort of long-term objectives. You have meaning, which really gets into the heart of the understanding that Jay McTighe spoke about. Whenever we really want to get down to what's essential in the big ideas of discipline, within the discipline, that's really leading to statements of meaning, that essential stuff there. Acquisition, that's knowledge and skills that kids actually need to acquire in order to demonstrate that they have met the goals that you've established and that they can demonstrate that they do understand or have meaning behind the big concepts. But then transfer is this last one, and the transfer is really what students can do independently. And transfer isn't just about their ability to just do something without your help. It really goes a little deeper than that. And I want to jump down to this slide here. Transfer goals, what are they and why are they important? Susan Brookhart wrote an article, and you can download this article as a part of this video segment on the same task that's on this module, how to assess for higher order thinking. She defines higher order thinking in three ways, and what she essentially says with transfer is that you remember and make sense of something more than just retention. It's not just your ability to be able to do it independently, in other words, but you can really process and select and decide which particular skills or which particular knowledge do you need to bring to light at a particular moment in an activity or as you're kind of working through. That's the ability of transfer that she's really speaking about. When you think about transfer goals, some of the characteristics are that students will autonomously use that knowledge and skill in new situations. You can't prescribe every possible scenario that a student would need to draw on the things you want to teach them or that you want them to have learned. But they have to be able to have the wherewithal to know when to use that skill, when to use that knowledge, to apply it in a new situation. That's sort of the strategic habits of mind that's listed right there. Whenever you think about a habit of mind being a critical thinker or being a communicator, being strategic, um, problem solvers, those are different things that are that we want to emphasize. And that emphasis is really a characteristic of transfer. When we create goals themselves, the actual construction of a transfer goal, we know number one, it has to be independent. When you send students out onto the soccer field during a game, the coach is not there doing the trapping or doing the passing for them. They have to be able to independently do that, but they have to be able to do it in a strategic way, knowing, for example, when to use their head to push the ball forward as opposed to your foot. Well, that's them being strategic in that moment. We want to have sort of that same thinking about everything we do with students, that we can give them the independence to be able to do it, but also the strategies to know when to apply that in the most meaningful way.